In this video, I'll give you a lesson on how to play the Revolutionary War duty call cease-firing. Cease-firing was used to tell the soldiers to stop firing, finish loading, and come to shoulder arms, ready to maneuver. It should be the 4th or 5th duty call you learn. We'll also learn the drum rudiment, the Flam, needed for many drum cadences. Make sure you have your drumsticks and drum or drum pad set up. In this lesson, I'll play to demonstrate phrases and then give you time to play along to music or audio. Note, you should know how to play the drag before playing. If you don't, check out my video, The Retreat, Lesson 1.
Cease-firing breaks down into 2 phrases. But first, it's important for us to learn how to play a flam. The flam is a foundational drum rudiment. It's the building block of many other rudiments and is used extensively in drum cadences. To play a right-handed flam, we'll move our right hand about a foot off of the drum pad, keeping your left hand low, about 1 to 2 inches off the drum head. When you strike the drum, you're trying to strike it with both sticks at the same time, like this. You'll notice the right hand has to move faster because it has more ground to cover. Inevitably, the left hand will still hit just slightly before the right, and that's what gives it that kind of flam sound that we're looking for. Go ahead and try a couple on your own. Now that you've had a little practice, I want to point out a couple of common issues and give you tips to fix those. The most common issue is that this low hand will slowly start to creep up higher and higher. So you're basically playing not really a flam anymore, but what's called a double stop, where both hands are up high. So to fix that, what you want to think about with this low hand is using just the wrist. So it's just a little twisting motion, just kind of throwing the stick down. But you'll notice when my stick goes down, it comes back parallel. So I'm not bringing it and winding it back up, right? I'm leaving it kind of parallel and then just throwing it down and catching it when it comes back to parallel. One thing you can do to fix this problem is just work on your left hand for a moment and just work on these taps. Once you get better at that and you're noticing that the hand is staying lower and keeping its spacing at about 1 to 2 inches, now you can try incorporating that back into the flam. The second major problem I tend to hear is the spacing between the strokes. So again, when they hit, that left hand will come just slightly prior to the right, but there shouldn't be any audible gap. So if your flams are sounding like this, or or even more spaced out like that. You want to work on basically getting your right hand to move faster. So it's not about playing the left and then the right. It's about playing both simultaneously. The right hand dropping pretty quickly. So if you are having a problem with that spacing issue, practice a few more of those now, thinking about dropping the hands at the same moment.
This is what a flam looks like in written music. If we think about how a flam is played, it's depicted pretty accurately. You can see here that there is a large note. This depicts the high hand in the flam. Before it is a small grace note. This depicts the low hand in the flam. In this case, it's specifically a right-handed flam. We can tell because the large note, or the high hand, is written below the staff, which indicates a right stroke. The small note, the grace note, indicating the low hand, is written above the staff, which tells us it's a left stroke.
First one is played with a right-handed drag, another right-handed drag, a right stroke, another right drag. All together. Phrase 2 is played the soft right stroke, a left stroke, and then a right flam. All together. Altogether, cease-firing is played phrase 1 directly into phrase 2. If you choose to repeat, place a slight rest at the end of phrase 2, and then repeat back to phrase 1. So altogether it sounds like this. Right drag, right stroke, right drag, soft right, left, flam. Now listen to cease-firing twice through. Now try playing cease-fire along with me. I'll give 4 clicks, and we'll play it 4 times through, and that's slightly slower than normal rate.
Make sure you can comfortably play along to the recording all the way through before moving on. Once you've got this beating down, move on to the next lesson. If you want a recording of just the full beating, check out my video